Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So we are currently on episode 7 of the Big Brother Naija Level Up reunion, and without further ado, let's dive right into this recap. So the first segment of today's episode was all about that messy gossip that was circulating back then in the house about Fina and Groovy having sex, and the transporters of that gossip were Chichi, Amaka and Bella. So Ebuka goes to Chichi and he asked her to give a breakdown of how that gossip started, who said what was said to who changed the narrative. So Chichi said one day she was having a conversation with Amaka, and Amaka was telling her about liking Giddyfiya, and Giddyfiya and Diana, they were very close at the time. So Amaka wanted to know if there was something going on between them, and Chichi was telling her that there is nothing there, they are just friends. And while they were having that conversation, Fina passed, and Chichi asked Amaka if there was something going on between Fina and Groovy, and Amaka said yes, that they are a couple and they do what couples do. And Chichi carried that gist and went to download it to her friend Bella, and Bella carried the gist and went to download it to her friend Chomzi, and Chomzi carried the gist and went to download it to her love interest Groovy, and Groovy carried the gist and went to download it to his babe at the time, Fina. It was so messy. If you watch the show, I'm sure you remember how this played out, but if you didn't, just follow my lead, I will explain. So Ebuka goes to Bella and he asked her that what exactly did Chichi tell her, what were Chichi's exact words, and Bella said that Chichi told her that Fina and Groovy are kissing and having sex and they are doing everything, and that was exactly how Bella told her friend Chomzi, but she did not know that Chomzi was going to tell Groovy, that she just thought that Chomzi would just have a heads up because Chomzi liked Groovy at that time and Groovy also liked Chomzi. So she just wanted her friend to have a heads up about what was going on between Groovy and Fina. She didn't know that Chomzi was going to tell Groovy, and Groovy was in turn going to tell Fina, who now wanted to know who started the whole gist. And Amaka was the fall guy because the rest of them denied. Amaka became the fall guy, and that was why Amaka left at the time when she left, because when it came to immediate eviction, all the housemates, okay, almost all, not everybody, almost all of them nominated Amaka because they all believed that Amaka was the one that started the gist and spread it around to the whole house. So back to Bella. Bella said that was what Chichi told her, and Chichi said that she never mentioned sex, that she only told her that Fina and Groovy are doing what couples are doing. And Ebuka went to Amaka and he asked Amaka, what exactly did you tell Chichi? And Chichi said the same thing Amaka said the same thing that Chichi said, that she told Chichi that Fina and Groovy, they are a couple and they do what couples do. So Ebuka was now asking, so where is the lie coming from? Because two people now are saying the same thing. They say, okay, they said the same thing, but Bella is saying something different. And Bella said that it was what Chichi told her. Chichi is still denying. Chichi said she never mentioned anything about sex, that she only told her that they are doing what couples do. So Ebuka now asked Chichi, are you saying that Bella is lying? Chichi refused to answer. Ebuka asked her about 3 times, are you saying Bella is lying? Are you saying Bella is lying? Instead of this girl to just say yes, she's lying, she kept on repeating herself. Oh, Ebuka, I only told her that they do what couples do. I only told her that they do what couples do. I said, just say yes or no, madam. Why are you repeating yourself severally? Then Ebuka went back to Bella and said that, oh, Chichi is insinuating that you're lying, and Bella said that no, that she does not lie, that in fact Chichi even demonstrated what they were doing or what they are doing to her, and Bella now went ahead to demonstrate what Chichi demonstrated too. Oh my god, it was so hilarious. Bella was demonstrating what Chichi demonstrated to her. It was so funny. Then Ebuka goes to Groovy and asked him if he wanted to say anything about the issue, and Groovy said that when Chomzi went to him to tell him about it, that he wanted to know more, that he was inquiring to know more. But what surprised him was when he heard that it was Amaka that started the gist and was spreading it to everybody. That was what surprised him, and that was why he went to tell Fina. And if you watch the show, you remember that Fina was very upset at Amaka. She did not believe Amaka when Amaka kept telling her that no, that those were not her words, that they twisted her words. She did not believe her. So did all the other housemates. None of them believed Amaka, and that was why all of them, almost all of them, of course not all of them, almost all of them put Amaka up for eviction. When it came for immediate eviction, almost all of them nominated Amaka, and that was how Amaka left the house. So Ebuka went back to Fina and he asked Fina that, oh, what did you think when you saw that clip? Fina asked which of the clip, and Ebuka said the clip between Bella and Chichi, because that was the clip that proved that Amaka was not the one that said that. And Fina said that she felt like she owed Amaka an apology. And while Fina was still explaining, they just cut that scene. Like literally they just cut the scene, and this is the second time now that I've noticed this. I don't know what's up with the editors, but they don't even sometimes allow the housemates finish. I understand that there are hours and hours of footage that they have to cover and a lot of topics, but the way they do the editing is just weird. Like somebody will be talking, they will just cut the person off and just enter another scene immediately. Anyway, Ebuka asked Chichi if she ever confronted Fina about her relationship with Groovy when she found out. She said yes, that when she first found out that she did, that one of the Saturday night party, that she asked Fina what Fina was doing with Groovy, knowing fully well that Groovy's babe at the time, Beauty, just got disqualified. And Fina was telling her that she did not see any marriage certificates between Beauty and Groovy, so she's free to go after the guy. That Chichi, she was not okay with it because she's a girl's girl, she believes in girl code. So that was where they wrap up their segment, but what I did not understand was why they kept going in circles about the same topic when they could have just easily played the clip to resolve the whole issue, so the misunderstanding will be cleared up. They just kept going in circles. I said this, I did not say this, I said that. Just play the clips. Like when you guys need to play the clips, you won't play the clips. Play the clips. That's the conversation between Bella and Chichi. Then the conversation between Chichi and Amaka. So you know who said what, but they just kept going in circles about the same thing. It was just tiring, but that was where they wrapped up their segment. Moving on. So the next segment was all about Giddyfiya and his square with his many girlfriends. That's Rachel, Diana, and Amaka. But they were mainly focused on Diana and Amaka. So they played an old clip from the house of Giddyfiya having a conversation with Adekunle and Eloswags. They were talking about the dynamic that he has with those ladies. But what I did not understand was why Alison was shaking her head when Adekunle was speaking. You know, when they are playing an old clip, they always zoom into the faces of the housemates that are currently there on set at the reunion. So when Adekunle was speaking, they zoomed into Alison's face, and Alison was just shaking her head bitterly. And I don't even understand why. Like, I don't get what her beef with Adekunle is. Doing his own is understandable, but Alison, like, it's so random. It's giving, my friend has beef with you, so I need a reason to beef you too. Like, it's irritating. Girl, stop. Anyway, back to the topic, Jerry. So that old clip from the house was Giddyfiya telling Adekunle and Eloswags that he misses his friendship with Diana, and that was because at that point, him and Diana, they had drifted apart, and the reason was because him and Amaka got into like a very short relationship. Okay, let me just give you guys a backstory. Before the houses were merged, when there was still level 1 and level 2, Giddyfiya and Amaka, they had like a crush on each other. I don't know if it's called it a crush, but they sure liked each other, but they could not explore it because they were in different houses. And Giddyfiya was very close to Diana. So when they merged both houses, Amaka and Giddyfiya, they tried to like get to know each other and try to start up something. So in the process, Giddyfiya and Diana, they drifted apart. So the relationship between Giddyfiya and Amaka, it ended as quickly as it started. Like, they became insufferable to each other almost immediately, and that was why Giddyfiya was telling his boys Adekunle and Eloswags that him and Amaka no longer feel what they thought they felt before, and that he misses his friendship with Diana, that he fucked up. So after the clip, Ebuka goes to Giddyfiya and he was telling him that, so you realize that you fucked up. He said yes, that he fucked up, like in the way he handled everything generally, that he messed up. He could have been upfront with all the ladies, but he wasn't, and that was wrong of him. So Ebuka was asking him why he did not like talk to them. That's Rachel, Diana, and Amaka. He said he was overwhelmed with the whole situation, so he didn't know how to approach the subject with each of them. So Ebuka now told him that you claim to be overwhelmed, but you were talking about the issue with other people, but not to the people that you're supposed to be talking about it with, which are the ladies, and you claim to be overwhelmed. And Giddyfiya practically gave the same excuse that he was overwhelmed. That's why he could not talk to them. So Ebuka went to Rachel and he was asking Rachel if Rachel believes Giddyfiya's excuse of being overwhelmed, and Rachel said that watching the clip back, that she does not think that Giddyfiya was overwhelmed, that Giddyfiya was aware of the situation that he had created. That's the whole, I don't know if to call it a triangle or a square. It was a square, big, and he was aware of the square that he had created, and he could have done something about it, but he didn't. So Ebuka went back to Giddyfiya and was asking him if there's anybody, like any of the ladies, he feels he owes an apology. And Giddyfiya said, let me say it the way he said, at this point, he just be like, say, make I carry my stand for middle, beg everybody. The way he said it was so hilarious. It was so funny, honestly. Even the other housemates, they were laughing. Like, it was hilarious. The only person that was not laughing in the midst of all this was Amaka. And even Ebuka pointed it out. Ebuka was like, all this explanation you are giving, the only person that is not finding it funny is Amaka. After all this months, she's still not smiling with you. So Ebuka asked Giddyfiya if his relationship with the ladies are okay. Now he said yes, that him and Diana, they are cool, they are friends. Same with Rachel, but for Amaka, that they are not talking. So Ebuka asked him if they had a conversation when they left the house. He said no, that the last time they spoke was on the show. Him and Amaka, they've not spoken. And Ebuka was like, since all this month you guys have not spoken. He said yeah, they've not spoken, but that doesn't mean that they have a problem. At least from his own end, he doesn't have any problem with her. So Ebuka goes to Amaka. Amaka was already like lightening up. She was already smiling. So Ebuka goes to Amaka and he asked her like, okay, so what's your own take on the explanation that Giddyfiya gave about being overwhelmed? And Amaka said that she does not buy it, that she sees Giddyfiya as being fake, or she saw him as being fake, that he was trying to play 3 ladies at the same time, that he would dance with her at the parties, sleep on her bed in the night. Meanwhile, Rachel, the other girl that he likes, was sleeping beside them in the same room. And Diana, the other girl he likes, was sleeping in another bed, but in the same room. Oh my God, now that I think about it, Giddyfiya was messy. I mean, people did not really focus on their ship when the season was still airing. They were not really focused on that dynamic that they had going on. It was mostly on Fina, Groovy, Bella, and the rest of them. But now that they are talking about it and recalling it back, Giddyfiya was messy, honestly. So Ebuka was trying to make Amaka understand Giddyfiya's point, and he was telling her that, oh, so why don't you believe that Giddyfiya was really overwhelmed, considering the fact that Giddyfiya said you were practically throwing yourself at him? And Amaka was like, Ebuka, look at me now. Those were her exact words. It was so funny. It was so funny. She was like, Ebuka, look at me now, as in, check me out. How can I betray myself at this guy? Oh my God, their segment was just banters, honestly. Amaka said she asked Giddyfiya severally if Giddyfiya has anything to do with Diana, because she noticed their closeness, and anybody in the house could notice it. Like, it was so obvious that she asked him severally, is there anything between you and Diana? That several times Giddyfiya would say no. That she also asked Diana would give the same response, no. So Ebuka asked them if they resolved the issue before they left the house. Giddyfiya said yes, that they did, and Amaka said no. Amaka said no, that it did not resolve any issues. And that what even broke the camel's back for her between herself and Giddyfiya was that Diana finally admitted to her that yes, that there's something between herself and Giddyfiya after she had been denying for how long. Giddyfiya was still denying. On top of that, she now found out that there was something going on between Rachel and Giddyfiya. That was it. Like, she was just like, fuck this guy. So Ebuka asked Giddyfiya if he has apologized to Amaka for hurting her. Giddyfiya said yes, that he apologized on the show, and Amaka said she does not remember him apologizing. That she does not even need the apology, except that she just wants to forget everything, like everything should just go away. Their segment was hilarious, honestly, but it was messy. And to be very honest, I think Amaka needs to just let the anger go. Like, I don't think it's that deep, sharp, or it's up to her. That was where their own segment ended, and they moved on to the next scene. So the next segment was all about the Illebaye and Chichi club fight. So Ebuka went to Illebaye and he was asking her what happened that night, if her actions were premeditated or if she just acted in the moment. And the reason why he was asking if it was premeditated was because prior to that club fight, level 2 guys, they were already planning and plotting on how they were going to poke and annoy level 1 people after Beauty got disqualified. So Ebuka had to ask her that question, and she explained what happened. She said that weekend that they were all up for possible eviction, herself, Groovy, Fina, and Brian, that she wanted all of them to have fun, and she also knew that Fina liked Groovy at the time. So when they went to the club, she saw Fina dancing alone and Groovy was dancing with Chichi. So she just entered their middle. That's Fina and Groovy and Chichi's middle. She just entered their middle without thinking, because she used to do it with other housemates apparently, that she did not know that Chichi was going to get upset. So Ebuka asked her if it was Fina that asked her to bring Groovy to her, and she said that she could not remember. That was what she said. She said she can't remember the incident anymore, but she also did not know that Chichi liked Groovy at the time. So when she found out that she pushed Chichi, and she poured her drink on her, that she went back to apologize to Chichi, but Chichi was not accepting her apology. So Ebuka moved to Chichi. He asked her why she did not accept Illebaye's apology, and she said that when Illebaye first apologized to her, that she left and returned almost immediately after with somebody else. It was as if Illebaye went to grab backup, that she was feeling that it was 2 against 1. So she did not feel that the first apology was genuine at all, and that she was already feeling miserable because Illebaye had stepped all over her, poured her drinks, pushed her, that she was already feeling miserable. So Illebaye now said that, oh, you should have accepted the apology the first time. And Chichi now told her that you don't tell people when to accept an apology. And Illebaye now made one very irritating face. To be very honest, that girl is so annoying. She was annoying back in the house, and she's still annoying on the reunion. She's very annoying and very immature. Illebaye, that's what I'm talking about. So apparently, they carried their petty fights to South Africa, and they were talking about, oh, how this one matched that one with her heels, how this one apologized and the apology was not added up. Their fight was just so petty, to be very honest. It was petty. I was barely paying any attention because it was very irrelevant. So Ebuka just left their segment and he moved on to Rachel. So he was asking Rachel what her experience was like being a rider, coming into the show as a rider. You know, how was it for her and everything. She said it was very hard for her for so many factors. That first, during the lockdown, she did not have a roommate, unlike other housemates that had a, lockdown partner. That she had no lockdown partner. She was by herself for weeks, and that was already a mind fuck. And then she was going into the show 3 weeks into the show. And when she went in, almost everybody was already coupled up. The housemates in level 1, they were not very welcoming, which is true. They were not very welcoming to her. And that she felt out of place, and that she did not even know that she was going into the house as a rider, that she was told only a few hours before going in. So she said it was incredibly hard for her, but along the line, she got the hang of it, especially when they merged the houses, that it was easier for her and she just blended in. So yeah, that was the show for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section about everything that was discussed. I feel like I've been yammering for hours non-stop. Please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe, hit the bell button so you get alerted whenever I post a new video. Like this video, share this video, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.